This is the Congo River. It is more than just water. It is a massive, churning artery of life and death cutting a path straight through the heart of Africa. They call it the river that swallows all rivers. I've seen some of the world's toughest environments, but this place is different. It's wild, it's unpredictable. Down here, nature doesn't just whisper, it roars with a power that can humble anyone in an instant. The river is a highway, a marketplace, and a graveyard, all rolled into one relentless force. Forget everything you think you know about survival. The Congo writes its own rules, and it changes them without any warning. The air here is thick, heavy with the smell of damp earth, diesel fumes, and cooking fires. You can almost taste the humidity. The sounds are a constant symphony of chaos. Shouts in Lingala and French mix with the bleating of goats and the crowing of roosters. Engines groan under the strain of their heavy loads. Music blasts from tinny speakers, trying to drown out the noise of life itself. This isn't a gentle cruise down a scenic waterway. This is a full-contact journey, a battle for every inch of space, for every moment of safety. It's an assault on the senses, a raw and unfiltered look at humanity on the move. Look around you. The boats are not built for comfort or safety, they are floating villages, dangerously overloaded with people, goods, and livestock. Sacks of flour are piled high next to cages of chickens. Families huddle together on any available patch of deck, sharing their space with motorbikes, furniture, and bags of charcoal. These vessels are rusted metal beasts, pushed far beyond their limits. Every single day, they defy the odds, groaning and creaking as they navigate the treacherous currents. One wrong move, one hidden sandbank, one mechanical failure, and this entire world could simply vanish beneath the brown, swirling water. This river is a lifeline for millions. For the people who live along its banks, it is the only way to travel, to trade, to connect with the outside world. They cram onto these barges not for adventure, but for survival. They are merchants, families, students, all with a destination in mind, all with a hope for something better at the end of the line. They put their faith in the boat's captain and their trust in fate. For them, the daily dangers are just a part of life. But for an outsider like me, it's a stark reminder of how fragile our existence truly is when we are faced with the raw power of the wild. Out here, the line between life and death is razor thin. It's a line drawn in the murky, fast-moving water of the Congo. The river is full of hidden dangers. Submerged trees, giant floating logs they call crocodiles, can rip a hole in a steel hull without a sound. Shifting sandbanks can appear overnight, trapping a boat for days or even weeks. And then there's the current itself, a powerful, invisible hand that can pull a vessel off course and into disaster. Every journey is a gamble. Every captain knows the stories, the boats that left a port and were never seen again, swallowed whole by the river. Survival here is not just about avoiding the big disasters, it's a constant daily grind. It's about finding clean water to drink when you're surrounded by it. It's about protecting your food from the heat and from desperate hands. It's about finding a safe place to sleep on a deck packed with strangers. Disease is a silent hunter on these boats. Malaria, typhoid, cholera. They thrive in these crowded, unsanitary conditions. A simple fever can quickly become a life-threatening emergency when the nearest doctor is hundreds of miles away. It's a mental game as much as a physical one, a test of will against the relentless pressure. We're about to join one of these voyages. Our goal is to travel 1,000 miles down this incredible river, from Kisangani to Kinshasa. We will live on the barge just like everyone else. We will eat what they eat, sleep where they sleep, and face the same risks they face every single day. I want to understand what drives people to take this journey. I want to meet the men and women who call this river home and learn their stories of courage, loss, and hope. This isn't a simulation, this is real. The dangers are real and the stakes are as high as they get. This journey will test everything I know about survival. It's not about man versus wild, it's about man in the wild, trying to navigate a world where the rules are dictated by the river. We will face storms that can appear from nowhere, we will travel through the dead of night with no lights, and we will witness the incredible resilience of the human spirit in the face of constant adversity. The Congo is calling. It's time to step on board and push off into the unknown, into the heart of one of the most dangerous and awe-inspiring places on Earth. The adventure begins now. Before boarding, let's meet some of the people making this extraordinary journey. Meet Mama Beatrice, a trader who buys smoked fish upriver and sells it in Kinshasa, and David, a student leaving his village for the first time, hoping to become an engineer. There's also Jean-Pierre, our guide, who knows the river intimately. These are just a few of the hundreds of souls boarding, each with their own story. They are the human heart of this massive river, and their stories are what we're here to witness. Why take such a gamble? To an outsider, it seems like madness. The risks are immense, the rewards uncertain. The simple answer is that there is no other choice. The roads are often impassable, swallowed by the jungle or washed away by the rains. Air travel is a luxury that few can even dream of. The river is the only reliable artery of transport and commerce that connects the country's interior to its bustling capital. It is a system born of necessity. People weigh the dangers against the certain hardship of staying put. For many, the risk of the journey is less daunting than the certainty of a life with no opportunity. The preparations for this journey are a lesson in themselves. You don't just buy a ticket and find a comfortable seat, you fight for your place. You secure your space on the deck with ropes and tarpaulins, creating a tiny island of territory for yourself and your family. Food must be carefully planned and protected. Sacks of fufu flour, dried beans and smoked fish are packed in waterproof bags. Small charcoal stoves, called braseros, are essential for cooking. Every item is precious. Clean drinking water is the biggest challenge. Some bring filters, others buy bottled water at a high price, and many simply trust their faith, drinking straight from the river. People also prepare spiritually. Faith is a powerful shield against fear out here. Before the journey, churches and prayer meetings are full. People ask for blessings and safe passage. They buy charms and amulets from local healers, believed to ward off evil spirits and protect them from the river's dangers. It is a blend of Christianity and traditional beliefs, a double layer of spiritual armor against the unknown. This faith is not a passive thing. It is an active, vital part of their survival strategy. They believe that God, and the spirits of the river, will see them through the perils that lie ahead. The economic calculations are just as critical. Mama Beatrice, the trader, knows exactly how much she needs to invest in her fish, and how much she must sell them for to make a profit. She haggles for the best price, her mind a sharp calculator of risk and reward. Every franc counts. A small loss could be devastating. David, the student, has his university fees tucked away, a bundle of cash that represents his family's life savings. Protecting that money from thieves on a crowded boat is a constant worry. For everyone, this journey is a high-stakes financial venture, as much as it is a physical one. The final hours are a whirlwind. The port hums with frantic energy. Goats bleat in protest. The barge groans under its immense weight, sitting low in the water. We find our small space, sandwiched between a family and charcoal sacks. There's no privacy here. The sun beats down relentlessly. Strangers become neighbors. Small acts of kindness are the currency. As dusk settles, a different atmosphere takes over. The captain blows the horn. With a lurch, the great barge begins to move. We are now committed, in the hands of the river. Ahead lies 1,000 miles of darkness and discovery. Dawn on the barge is chaos. Roosters crow, babies cry, engines rumble. There's no privacy, just a mass of humanity waking together. Women crouch over fires, cooking maize porridge. Traders set up makeshift markets. Children dart between sacks, laughing, oblivious to danger. This isn't just a boat, it's a floating city. A community with its own rules, drifting through endless jungle. The river is vast, the jungle impenetrable. Villagers wave as we pass, children chase us along the banks, and canoes paddle out to trade. Our barge leads a convoy, 3 overloaded vessels, a floating train carrying thousands. The captain's burden is immense. One wrong move, and disaster strikes. On this river, every day is survival in motion. The river quickly reveals its wild side. Currents, whirlpools, hidden dangers beneath the surface. The crew scans the water, reading subtle signs, steering us through invisible threats. The jungle looms, ancient and untamed, its sounds echoing over the engine's drone. By midday the heat is brutal. People huddle under tarps, sweat pouring, some forced to drink from the river. The current grows stronger. We hit rapids. Powerful swirls threaten to pull us off course. The captain barks orders, the engine strains, and everyone watches in tense silence. This is our first taste of the river's true power. Out here, we are at the river's mercy. Without warning, the barge shudders, metal grinds on rock, we lurch, panic erupts, and the engine dies. We're stuck on a hidden sandbank, miles from help, night approaching. The crew scrambles, measuring depth, shifting cargo, trying everything to break free. As darkness falls, men risk the river, digging sand from the hull by hand, crocodiles lurking unseen. Lanterns flicker on anxious faces. The river is relentless. Hours pass. The struggle is collective. Survival depends on everyone. This is the Congo. Danger is constant and only unity keeps us afloat. Here, survival is a team effort. We fight the river together. At last, a jolt. The barge breaks free. Relief erupts, but the lesson lingers. Disaster is always close. The mood shifts. People are more cautious, more connected, sharing food and stories. Nights are pitch black, the river menacing, the jungle alive with sound. We travel without lights, guided by stars and memory, always alert. Sleep is uneasy. Every splash in the dark is a reminder of what lurks below. Each day brings new challenges. Heat, storms, hunger, the threat of running aground. Yet life continues, cooking, trading, laughter, prayer. Resilience is the only way forward. On this journey, survival means never stopping. The air shifts. A storm is coming. The sky darkens, wind rises, and tension spreads across the barge. The crew moves fast, securing cargo, tying down tarps, extinguishing fires. Passengers huddle together, bracing for what's coming. Rain slams down. Visibility vanishes. The river turns violent. Waves crash over the deck. The barge pitches and rolls. Everyone clings to whatever they can. Water floods the deck. The temperature drops, and the storm's fury is overwhelming. We are tiny against nature's power, holding on and hoping the barge survives. In the heart of the Congo, the only certainty is the storm. All we can do is endure. The storm unleashes its full power. Lightning splits the dark sky, followed by thunder. The barge is tossed around. Fear grips us. The captain fights for our lives, keeping the boat pointed into the waves. The skill and courage of the crew are all that stand between us and the bottom of the river. Men scramble to secure loose cargo, risking being swept overboard. As quickly as it began, the storm lessens. A sliver of light appears. We have made it through the worst. Just as we recover from the storm, a new crisis. The engine sputters and dies. Black smoke billows as the barge falls silent. Adrift, we're at the river's mercy. We drift towards treacherous whirlpools and rocky outcrops. The crew frantically works in the engine room, a dark, greasy hell. The clang of tools offers a small sound of hope as we drift closer to danger. Night falls while we are still adrift. The darkness out here is total, absolute. It blankets everything. We are floating blind. With the engines dead, we have no power for lights. The moon and stars are hidden by the storm clouds. It feels like we have been swallowed by the void. The tension on the barge is thick enough to cut with a knife. People speak in hushed whispers, as if a loud noise might tempt fate. The only sounds are the gurgle of the river against the hull and the distant, eerie calls of nocturnal animals. This is when the stories come out. In the darkness, people share tales of other boats, other journeys that ended in tragedy. They speak of vessels that lost power and were smashed against rocks, or were pulled into whirlpools and never seen again. They whisper about the Mami Wata, the water spirits that claim boats. These are not just ghost stories, they are real fears, born from generations of experience. The darkness feeds the imagination, turning every shadow and every splash of water into a potential threat. David sits beside me, his usual optimism gone, replaced by quiet, wide-eyed fear. Wildlife is another very real danger. The Congo River is home to one of the world's largest populations of crocodiles. We hear a loud splash nearby, and nervous murmurs ripple across the deck. Was it just a fish, or something much larger? Hippos are notoriously aggressive and responsible for more human deaths than almost any other large animal. They attack small boats and could easily damage our powerless barge. We are vulnerable, uninvited guests in their territory, and the darkness hides their approach. Suddenly, a light flickers in the engine room, then another. We hear the mechanics shouting. The engine sputters once, twice, then with a roar it catches. It is the most beautiful sound in the world. A wave of cheers and applause erupts across the barge. The lights flicker on, pushing back the oppressive darkness. The propellers churn the water and the convoy begins to turn. The captain has regained control. We are moving again. We have been given another chance. The whispers of fear are replaced by songs of thanks. The storm's cost is clear. The river has taken its toll. A family lost their maize meal, a devastating blow with no insurance to help. In solidarity, the community starts a collection. Mama Beatrice is first to contribute. Passengers give what little they can. On this river, community is essential for survival against nature's indifference. The river provides, but can take everything in an instant. To survive, you must respect its power and accept that the river is in control. The shared hardships have changed everyone on this barge. We are no longer just strangers, we are a team, a family. Conversations start easily, and people share freely. This connection becomes our greatest strength, an antidote to fear. David, the young student, has also changed, learning about resilience and community.